Hello there and welcome back to Shapes and Sizes. Today we're going to be making this tree. That's right, it looks really fun and looks simple, very low poly, and it doesn't take much time, so let's hop into it. If you're new to a Blender, just head on over to their website and download the Blender file. I am currently using Blender 4.3, and we can continue on from here. Perfect. So what we're going to do is once we are in our new scene, we are just going to hit X on our cube and delete. Now we're going to hit Shift A. Shift A allows us to bring out in a mesh, curve, surface, metaballs, do texting, and stuff just like that. So mesh, we're going to go to a circle, and then you're going to see this little pop-up in the bottom left corner. We're just going to click that. And you're going to change the vertices. It's going to be naturally at 32, right? And we're going to actually just change that to 6. So we're going to hit 6, enter, and we're going to click off. And right there is our circle. We're actually going to rename this to our tree because this is going to be our main tree. Let's tab into edit mode. And now when you tab, it selects the vertices by itself. Vertices are those little dots. Edges are those lines or the edges, and 3 is a face. So you can select the face if there was one, but right now there isn't. So we're just going to go ahead and select all that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to extrude this on the z-axis just a little bit. And now what I want to do is I want to hit Alt and click on the bottom line, and we're just going to scale that out. Kind of like a base of a tree, right? On how it's like wider on the bottom, shorter up top. So now we're going to Alt and left click on this line to grab all those vertices on the top. And we're just going to extrude that up. So we're going to hit E, Z, and extrude it up like a tree. Perfect. I think this can be actually a little bit bigger. So I'm going to hit 3 to grab the faces. I'm going to control click on all these bottom ones. And we're just going to scale that out a little bit more. And actually just scaled everything. And we're just going to click on, click 1, click on those and scale those inwards a little bit, just like that. Now we have kind of like a interesting looking tree trunk. So now we're going to extrude onto the Z up a little bit, just enough so we can start making some branches. And we're going to extrude Z up a little bit more. We can make some extra branches, E, Z, a little bit more. Then extrude up to the top. And we're going to hit F to face it off. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is start creating a couple branches. Let's grab, hit 3 and grab that face. Going to extrude outwards. And that's all we're going to do for a few of them. Just kind of go around and extrude some pieces out. Make it look not so like perfect, but kind of like so. Yeah, there you go. Basic tree trunk. Perfect. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple loop cuts into these. So we're going to just kind of drop a few in. Oh, sorry. We're just going to drop one in every so far apart. This will just add the tree just to bend from that position. And then we're just going to kind of bring him like up and down and whatever, right? So I'm going to say, let's grab this face. So 3 face, grab that one, grab that one, and grab that one. And let's say we're going to grab this one too. Grab Z, bring it up a bit. And then these two over here, grab that face, shift, grab that face, and grab Z downwards a little bit. And there's a basic tree. That's very nice. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tab into object mode. We're going to make sure that this is selected, and we're going to go down to our materials. And we're going to add, this will be our tree material. And what color is tree bark usually? Usually it's a nice brown color, right? So let's bring it down towards the orange. Turn the brightness down quite a bit and just kind of play around what kind of color you want for your bark. And that's the way it will look. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold Z and go to Material Preview and release Z. And then that will show the color of your tree. So while we have nothing selected and in object mode, we are going to hit Shift A, go to Mesh, and go to an icosphere. And what we're going to do with this icosphere is we're going to grab it along the Z and bring it upwards. And I just hit 1 there, that'll bring you to front view. So grab along the X, grab along the Z. Let's go to side view. And that actually looks not too bad. So I'm just going to S and pull out to scale it. And bring it up a little bit. There you go. I think that looks very nice. Perfect. So with that object selected, we're going to name this leaf. We're going to add a new material, with the new material being leaf. And then we're going to change the color to green. The leaves are green for the most part. So perfect, we have our first one there. Now we're just going to Shift D along the X, grab it along the Y. Oops, too far. Grab along the Z, bring it up. Whoop. I'm just going to scale it up a little bit. Then we're going to Shift D to duplicate. Grab along the Y, bring it over to the other one there. Perfect. And now we're going to grab the small one over here, and we're going to Shift D along the Z axis. Grab it along the Y. And kind of make sure that it's nicely placed on that little branch there. Grab X right there. You can make it a little bit smaller if you want. This is all according to your own preference on how big or small you would like your leaves to be. Shift D, Y, grab on X, bring it over, grab on Y, bring it over, and there you go. A very basic tree. So now I'm just going to click on my tree and I'm going to tab into edit mode and make sure that my face is selected, and I'm going to grab that face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit grab on the Z axis, just bring it up a little bit. And then I'm going to tab to grab one of these leaves. I'm going to Shift D as again, bring it up, and bring it over. Oh. Let's go to the top view. And we're just going to bring it in right into the center there. And we're just going to scale that up a little bit. Make it like the biggest one out there, right? And that is the end of our tree. So now we're just going to make sure we are in object mode, and then we're just going to go to his leaves. Going to hold Shift, click on the top leaf, and hit Control, click on the tree, and we're going to hit Control J. And now there is your tree. Perfect. And I think that that looks pretty cool. So what we're going to do now is just take a little picture of it, and we're just going to bring our camera to the position that we want. You can pan around by holding Shift and your middle mouse wheel, and just kind of place it wherever you want it to be. And we're just going to do Control Alt 0. You take your tree and shrink it down to size. You can grab it, move it, you can rotate it, you can do whatever you want. So I am going to leave it just like this. I think that looks very nice. And then I will take my picture. Alright, thanks for joining us on Shapes and Sizes. So this is a cute little poly tree that we just made. Hope to see you on my next video.